Recently I have been thinking and I guess even struggling with feeling enough. And I guess I mean good enough. And I don't know if it's good enough for me, myself, or good enough for the people around me. Because when I've been talking to my friends and family about this subject, a lot of people can recognize themselves in the feeling of feeling behind in life and not feeling good enough. And the same comes for me too. When you look at what I post on, say here on YouTube or on Instagram, you might look at it and see that I live a very peaceful, a very fulfilled life, and I completed the goals I put up for myself. I guess I have. I'm living the life I want to, but I'm still struggling so much with stress. I'm struggling so much with this feeling of like catching up with myself, catching up with the expectations of what I'm supposed to do in life. I'm soon turning 34 years old, and I think I had or have this idea of that I should be more ahead in life. I should be a more complete version of myself. Should have my stuff together. But I don't. I guess I feel a bit afraid of not being able to provide for my family. I should have more done. Like I should have completed a roof years ago. I should have completed the build out. I should be able to provide like a proper bathroom for my girlfriend so she can have that. I should be able to provide a higher salary for myself so I can relax a bit more, because money is a constant stress, both doing this lifestyle and I guess running my own company. But when I'm talking to people around me, I think that there are so many people of us sharing this emotion of trying to catch up with everyone around us, because we live in a society now where we share everything. Like what we eat for lunch, breakfast, lunch and dinner, where we go to holidays, how happy everyone looks. And of course, if you look at that, or if you look at my life here in the cabin, it might look like very extra, very perfected, I guess. And yeah, it is what we're putting up online. Every one of us, I think, is a very romanticized view of the actual reality. And that's why I'm trying to have this talk with you right now, to be a bit honest, I guess. Comparing ourselves is, I think, it's a natural thing actually, because if you want to be better in life, a bit of competition is never wrong. At least that has been my point of view of it. That drive I have inside of myself can of course be positive, because it has taken me to the place I am today. It's resulted in me being brave enough to go after this lifestyle of buying the cabin and running my own company and being what you most would call successful at YouTube. But the negative side of it is that I can't really enjoy it at the same time, because I'm having this constant drive of I should do more. Every time I'm just taking a break, like laying out on the lawn just watching the clouds, I have this voice inside of my head that telling me that you should do a video right now, you should write another book, you should talk about the architect, about building out the cabin. There's so many things that just goes on in my head constantly. Having this amount of stress and pressure from what feels like everyone. I know everyone wants me well when they ask a question like, what's next? You should do this. Oh, have you thought about doing this? It's just so much to take in. And I don't know where to put it all actually. I'm very much of a people pleaser and I want to make everyone happy. The problem with making everyone happy is making me unhappy. You know, there's just so much that I need or should do. So taking a break is not even an option, I feel like. Because when I looked at people that was around 30 years old, when I was a teenager myself, I thought that like, oh yeah, they have it all together. They have their whole life plan, they're financially stable, they've just got everything under control. But now when I'm here myself and I talk to people that are at this age, I realize that's not the case at all. They are as equally confused as I am. And maybe you too, I don't know. Everyone is still struggling, trying to figure what life is really about. But knowing that people out there are like me, we don't have our stuff together. We're still trying to figure this out. When I do my lectures sometimes, especially in front of schools, I can really see that they look up to me, because in their eyes I've really succeeded. I have a running YouTube channel with a big audience. But when I honestly sit down and talk with them and say that, you know what? Yeah, There's a lot of followers on my channel, but that is not equal to happiness. We all have our struggles that we face every single day. What it comes down to for me, I guess, is that I need to find a way to accept me for who I am. I think I mean a way to actually love myself. Just to be very clear, I don't hate myself. I have, of course, bad sides as everyone else, but I have a very good life. But I'm not at all happy all the time. I'm still struggling, I'm still stressing. When I say I'm behind in life, or when I'm feeling behind in life, what am I behind of? Like, what is in front? What am I chasing? What am I comparing myself to? And where does this comparison come from? I mean, they're all in my head. They're all made up, which should mean that if everything is made up, which it is, I should also be able to like invent my own reality and what goes on in my head. And I think the key to this, the code to crack, is to realizing that everything is made up and I don't have to believe every single thought that pops into my head. It's actually my choice. One of the best ways I've learned to get out of my own head and not believe everything I'm thinking is actually to listen to others, learn from other people's experience. And the best way I've done it is to listen to a lot of audiobooks. And that's why I'm so grateful that Audible is sponsoring this video, because they are literally relieving a lot of stress from my life, because they are technically actually paying for a part of our build out of the cabin. So I don't have to stress about that. Audible offers an incredible selection of audiobooks and podcasts across every genre. And it feels really easy for me to recommend them to you guys, because I use Audible every single day. I like to read physical books as well, but I'm kind of a slow reader, so it actually helps someone else telling the story for me. And it fits really well when I'm walking the dogs or doing boring chores like doing the dishes. If you want my personal recommendation, I want you to check out the book Happy, Why More or Less Everything is Absolutely Fine by Darren Brown. I've learned so much from this book personally myself, and it's really easy to listen to and follow along in. And I love when authors narrate their own books, and that's exactly what Darren has done as well. The way Audible works is that with a membership, you get 1 credit each month that you can use for any title in their entire library. And you also get to keep it forever. You can start listening now with a 30 days Audible trial. And with that trial, you can choose 1 audiobook and you get full access to their entire Plus catalog. To check it out, head over to audible.com/Kalle Flodin or text Kalle Flodin in 1 word to 500 500. And new members can always try Audible out for a month for free, just to check it out. Thank you Audible for sponsoring this video and actually funding the build out of this cabin. It really means a lot. If you click the link right there, that will take you directly to the Audible free trial if you want to check that out. And if you like this video format, I've left a playlist of my other videos that has the same kind of format. So just choose what you want to do next. And thank you so much for watching, and we'll talk soon again.